Alright, welcome back. More World of Tanks. This is Greg Merrick, and today I am driving my SU-100 M-1. This beautiful tank right here. Actually, it's a fairly repulsive tank in more ways than one. It is pretty quick, but it's not really fast. And it has a good gun that can really pump out the DPM. It got boosted with 9.2, and it gave an extra round or round and a half a minute. And I mean, you can put out a lot of damage with this tank, but you can't be fired at. It's got low hit points. The armor is okay. The upper superstructure can bounce, especially if your rounds are kind of hitting on this outer edge, or you hit the mantlet. You'll get pinned here. You'll get pinned here unless you're angled. And if you angle, they'll just pin you here. And I don't know. I am not a huge fan of this line as of yet. I'm going to pursue it. I'm going to see what happens. And speaking of seeing what happens, let's roll. Oh, one more thing. As you can see, this SU-122-44, he's in my platoon. This is Golden Taco from my Noobtooning series. And let's call this Noobtooning 3. He has fit in another 1,000 games since last time we played, and his rating's up to 530. But he still has a lot to learn. He plays better. He definitely plays better now. I don't have to scream at him quite as much, but he's definitely got more to learn. And I think patience. He's a younger guy. Patience, I think, is the key here. At first, I think I'm gonna take this 9-10 line. And then I see that everyone and their brother are going to the 9-10 line, so I will go to the 1-2 line. I like this addition to the map here. They've made some changes to the maps, and I don't think any of them were bad. I really like what they've done with these maps. And just in the last couple of weeks have I come back. Last time I was here, I do not believe that the river was easily traversed anywhere but on the bridges in the last series of times I was playing. Now they're already trying to put pressure on the cap. Let me switch this over where we can see what the tanks are instead of that. And it looks like I killed my sound when I did that. Fantastic. Okay, so this is what I was looking for at the time. Nothing too much going on. They're just slowly pressuring the cap. Like I said, it is a quick tank. But it's not a fast tank. I'm going 40. This is not fast. Now I got this Hellcat here putting a little bit of fire in on these the scout that was in the castle courtyard here. I'm thinking just maybe I can get a shot in this Stug. And I think I half lit him for just a moment, but while this gun is not inaccurate, it is not a sniper gun. I figure I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of, maybe do a little bit of spotting for my team. Golden Taco's right back there. I'm like, oh, an IS. Let's see if he'll crest. If he crests, I can shoot him and pull back before he's able to shoot me, hopefully. And now we're losing by a guy now. What was our victory percentage on this? A little bit. We had a slight chance of losing. Or a slightly higher chance of losing than winning. I think, okay, well that IS, he's not going to poke out. I'm going to have to convince him. Golden Taco, I asked him to wait back just a little bit. You get that Stug. Oh, one shot of Stug. I didn't even know I could one-shot anything with this tank. Oh, lucky bounce. Let's see where that hit when I clear the smoke. There you go. You see? He hit the mantlet. Had he hit maybe a foot to one side, he would have pinned me right here. Or if he would have landed 2 feet over, he would have bounced. So it's really an iffy armor situation. But the Hellcats flanked him, so I'm not going to let the Hellcats suffer. I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna pursue this KV. So I shoot him. I set him on fire. The Hellcat shoots him again, but I get the kill because he was on fire from my round. Okay, well they have really not sent much on this front. And they're really taking it to us in the middle here. So I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything camping around this edge here. And I turn to put fire at the center of the map. I see these bushes. I like these bushes. And plus I have that tank. If all else fails, maybe I can hide behind the tank. Hellcats. I love shooting Hellcats. They have no armor and they've got a dangerous gun. I'll blind fire him to death. I prefer it that way, actually. Oh, set another fire this match. I love setting fire to tanks. And I bounced off the butt of a KV-1. But that's alright. Like I said, the rate of fire is pretty nice. The alpha isn't anything too scary, but the rate of fire is nice. I'll even put a snapshot out at that extreme range, knowing I probably won't hit. I got plenty of rounds, and I'll be loaded in the next couple seconds anyway. Oh, somebody else takes out the Tiger. Waiting for that 43 to poke out. All of a sudden, we're losing tanks. I'm getting a little nervous. And you see Golden Taco right there. Right there, that guy? That's Golden Taco. I was like, what are you doing, Mr. Taco? Get your furry butt back here. And he dutifully does so. So we've got a Nashorn that we've spotted over here. And I know the other tank destroyers over here because that's where I would be. Now they're still dealing with, I believe, the T-29 is somewhere in here, and that we've just spotted that medium over in the other part of the town. So I've told Golden Taco I'm going to flank the tank destroyers. And now, having got a good start here, now I'm looking to see if I'd have shot the T-29. If I could kill him from here, I'd do it, but I wasn't about to stop and aim. Anyway, so I'm able to hit 50 going downhill and able to maintain a speed of about 45. But as soon as I start turning, as soon as it gets a little flatter, a little bumpy, I lose a lot of speed. But like I said, it's not actually slow. I'm able to reposition into a flanking position here. I would quicken it up, but anytime you play with these replays as far as the camera speed, it'll punish you. So we're all going to have to endure a little bit of a flanking maneuver here. Now I wanted to stay far away from the Nashorn, far enough away that I wouldn't get spotted easily. And I wanted to go wide enough to where I could keep that building between he and I, because I assume he's on the other side of those two buildings. It's actually much more difficult to play without mods that show you the last known positions of enemies. That is invaluable. More valuable than any other tool is last known positions. That's huge. Okay, so I'm in a flanking position now. I'm thinking he'll be right behind this next building here on my right. So I kind of start to aim over there, but nope, there he is. No, I shoot, I get lucky, and I track him. That was luck that I tracked him. But I will keep tracking him all day long. Okay, finished off the Nashorn. There's the 152. Nope, pillar in the way. Let's clear that out before it becomes a problem. Shot in the back. Now I'm trying to track him. I want to track. Nothing. I do not track. Needless to say, trying to avoid my fire, he charges into the cap. We were not about to cap. He simply charged in because he knew he was flanked. Anyway, so I think that showcases this tank fairly well. Other than the fact I wasn't really fired at. Then anytime you get fired at is really where you test the metal of the tank. But I did not, luckily. And that's the best situation you can be in with this alternative USSR line, is get into a position where you can fire and retreat or fire and not be seen. Just like any other tank destroyer, but much, much more so with these. You can pump out some crazy DPM with these guns now, post 9.2. It's just what carries this gun is nothing special. It really isn't. I'm sure the 152 is even worse, but the 152 has a derpy gun that can do 900 hit points in a single hit. People fear the gun. People avoid the gun. People don't want to get in front of your tank. People don't really care if they get hit once with this. So they'll get hit once, they'll shoot you back, and they'll go into cover, and you're usually in the losing end of that situation. So you just want to be able to put yourself in a situation where you have a field of fire where you can fire repeatedly on someone. And one thing that I've found is pretty successful with these faster firing guns is if the enemy doesn't see you and he's pulling away from cover, like say there was an enemy behind this building and he was going to come out to cross over, don't shoot at him early. Don't shoot at him here. Let him cross over. Let him get some space away from his cover and then shoot him. And then he's really got a decision. Do I keep going? Do I keep going to my next piece of cover? Or do I stop and go back? And either way, you're getting more shots on him. Anyway, I don't even know if I'm throwing and tossing around in my head if I'm even going to continue to pursue this line because this tank has been so lackluster. You can have lucky games like this. And if I had taken a shot from the SU-152, the counterpart to this tank, he could have killed me. He could have one-shot me. I've only got 830 hit points. He could have easily one-shotted me. If he hit me on the side or the back or on the roof, he would have one-shotted me because the armor is so thin. You can't. It's even hard to side script with this tank because the side armor is not a whole heck of a lot better than the rear. Anyway, of course, it's got this door. I'm sure this door has about 1 centimeter of armor. I'm sure it's rather absurd. You could probably pin it with an HE from a LOL tractor. Anyway, surprisingly enough, Golden Taco survived the match. So this is, I think, the most successful noob tuning episode I have ever posted. Either way, well, thank you very much. See you around. See you in some tanks.